Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. A happy new week and happy new month to you. Welcome to November, our month of deep encounter via worship. Yes, we're going all spiritual this morning. And I want to encourage you to please pay attention. We'll be doing a lot of reading from the scriptures. I'll try to be as fast as possible, but I don't want you to miss out the key points here. This is November. It's our month of deep encounter via worship. And like I said, we're going to be reading scriptures this morning. Just before I begin to read the scripture, I'd like to tell you something. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to go out with a friend of mine. And while we were driving, we're talking about so many things happening around us. So many things happening in our nation, Nigeria. So many things happening all around the world. And then, I said, this is year 2020. And I remember I was growing up and hearing Vision 2020. And I'd looked forward to 2020 and what the vision was all about and what the year was going to be like, And her view wasn't any different. And then we also looked at so many things that have gone wrong in this year 2020. And while we're recounting all of that, at some point, my friend said, it's enough. 2020 should come and be going. And I said, yes, it should come and be going. And we laughed about it. And here we are in November, the 11th month, and we have December, and then 2020 will really go. With or without us doing anything about it, it definitely will go. And it's very easy for people to term November the month to remember. But I don't like to leave it just at the month to remember, but to remember for good. And the only way your November can be remembered for good is if something happens that is tangible, that is good, that you can hold on to, that can make you smile, that won't make you regret, that won't make you feel like November should come and go, or 2020 should come and go. Something that you can look back at and say, indeed, our God is faithful. And trust me, I'll say to you, the only person who can give you that encounter, that can turn things around, that can still put a smile on your face, is our Father up there. He is the only one who has the power to give you an encounter for good, an encounter that will make you smile, an encounter that will make you look around you, call people together for a celebration to say, come see what God has done for me. This encounter you can get in the place of worship. Now, when we say worship, I don't just mean literal singing songs of worship, but I mean a place where you can stay, where you can be quiet, where you can listen, where you can pour out your heart before your Maker and have Him say something to you, speak a word to you, address a need in your life, give you a change of a situation that you are going through. And I will just show you this scripture of someone who had a deep encounter that changed her life entirely. In the book of John chapter 4. Now, it's the story of the Samaritan woman, and I believe that it's a story that virtually all of us know, we would have read or heard at some point in time. I'll try to be as fast as possible so I do not take so much of your time. Now, when therefore the Lord knew how the Pharisees had heard that Jesus made and baptized more disciples than John, I'm reading John chapter 4. Though Jesus himself baptized not but his disciples, he left Judah and departed again into Galilee, and he must needs go through Samaria. I'm going to skip to verse 6. Now Jacob's well was there. Jesus, therefore, being weary, tired with his journey, sat thus on the well, and it was about the 6th hour. Now there cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water. Jesus said unto her, Give me to drink. For his disciples were gone away unto the city to buy meat. Then said the woman of Samaria unto him, How is it that thou, being a Jew, askest drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria? For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans. Jesus answered and said unto her, If thou knewest the gift of God, and who it is that said to thee, Give me to drink, thou wouldest have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water. The woman said unto him, Sir, thou hast nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. From whence then hast thou that living water? Art thou greater than our father Jacob, which gave us the well, and drank thereof himself, and his children, and his cattle? Jesus answered and said unto her, Whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again, but whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life. The woman said unto him, Sir, give me this water, that I thirst not, neither come hither to draw. At this point, I believe the woman did not even, really fully understand what she was asking of him. She said, Look, give me this water you talk about, so I don't need to come back to this well. Just give it to me. Let me just go. And I don't have to come back here again to fetch water. Now Jesus said to her, Go call thy husband and come hither. The woman answered and said, I have no husband. Jesus said unto her, Thou hast well said, I have no husband. For thou hast had 5 husbands, and he whom thou hast is not thy husband. The one you have now is not even your husband. And that he spake truly. The woman said unto him, Sir, I perceive you are a prophet. Our fathers worshipped in this mountain, and you say that in Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship. Jesus said unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh when ye shall neither worship in this mountain, nor yet at Jerusalem, to worship the Father. You worship you know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshippers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. The woman said to him, I know that Messiah cometh, which is called Christ. When he is come, he will tell us all things. Jesus said unto her, I that speak unto thee am he. I am the Messiah. I am the one that you are expecting. I'm the one that you are looking forward to see, to receive. And then if you read down, the disciples came, and then the woman had an encounter with Jesus, had an encounter that turned her life. She met someone who could tell her so much about herself, I believe much more than she even knew. This woman had 5 husbands, was with one who she wasn't yet married to. And that just shows me that she had a need. There was something that kept her moving from one man to the other. There was a longing in her heart. There was a desire. There was something. There was a gap. There was a hole. There was something that needed to be filled. And that kept her moving from one place to another, seeking for something in man. People, the truth is, you do not need a man. When I say you do not need a man, I'm not talking to the women. I'm talking to everyone. I'm saying that you do not need a human being. You do not need a man to fix you. You do not need a man to give you that job. You do not need a man to give you that encounter. You do not need a man to give you the shift, the promotion, whatever it is that you are looking for. You do not need a man. All you need is in God. He is the one that can turn your situation around. He is the one that can turn your life around. He is the one that knows you even better than you know yourself. So what are you waiting for? All you need is a time out. A time set out to just worship him. A time set out to just sit down at his feet and draw from the well of salvation. A time to just sit down and say, give me this water because I need it and I do not want to thirst again. You've run around for too long. You've cried for too long. You've said, like we said yesterday, 2020 should come and be going. It doesn't have anything in store for me, but that is a lie. There is a man that has so much in store for you. There is someone who you need to encounter to have a change of story. This woman became a preacher. She had to run into the city and say, hey guys, come and see someone who has told me everything about myself. Come and see someone who has given me something that has filled the void, that has made me run from one man to the other. Perhaps she said to them, come and get your own breakthrough. Come and get your own encounter. Come and hear this man speak. Come and drink from the water that he has given me to drink. And that same call is available to us today. We have November. We have December. 2020 can still give us so much good. 2020 can still bring in so much positivity. 2020 can still roll in your testimonies. Back to back testimonies. So please, come to the place of worship. Come to the place of encounter. Come to the place where the one that gives freely to every man is ready, waiting for you. Come to the living water. Drink of it so that you will thirst no more. Everything that you're looking for is in the hands of our Father. And the scripture says that if he gave us Jesus, his only beloved Son, how much more will he give to us every other thing that pertains unto life and godliness? I want to encourage you. Please take on this invitation today. Come to the living water. Drink freely. Come to God. Buy food and eat without money. It's a free, open invitation. All you need to do is make up your mind to sit at his feet in the place of worship. You definitely will encounter him. And I truly, truly await the testimonies that will abound in this month of November as we seek him, as we encounter him. Our lives will be changed and transformed. So please don't say 2020 should come and be going, because there's so much more that you can receive from our Father. Thank you for staying through this broadcast. I hope it has blessed you. Stay safe. Stay in the place of worship. God bless you. Have a good day.